Hello, I'm Landis, and this is my list of things I wish I knew when I started playing Subnautica. Number 1. One of the very first things that will become apparent while playing the game, you're going to struggle with both water and food. Water more so than food, but there is one little fella that can help remedy the situation. That luckily can be found in quite an abundance around the starting area, and that is this purple fella over here, a bladderfish.
New creature discovered.
Which if we take a look at,
Alien life forms may have
when you first pick up one of these,
applications.
you'll pick up quite a few different recipes.
Is a proven
Now when you catch fish, you can eat them straight away, and you see it will give us 6 food and take away 4 of our water. But if we go to the fabricator with them, see here with some salt, we can make ourselves a cured bladderfish, or a cooked bladderfish. And one of the 2 unique things a bladderfish offers over other fish is it can be turned into water. You'll be spending a lot of time hunting bladderfish to turn into water. The other unique thing it offers is the air bladder. Now if we head to our inventory, see the cured bladderfish will take away 2 of our water and give us 16 food, and the cooked bladderfish has degraded a little bit already, but would normally give us 16 food and 4 water. But as time passes by, the cooked bladderfish will slowly begin to become old and rot and decompose and eventually become inedible. It takes a fair bit of time, but it will sneak up on you. I would personally suggest not cooking any fish unless you plan to eat it straight away, especially since a raw fish never goes off and a cured fish never goes off. Cooked fish is just wasting inventory space as it slowly becomes rubbish. And the water you get from the bladderfish is plus 20. Your water can't go over 100. Any over that will be wasted. As you see, we have 82. We're drinking 20. We're on 100. Whereas food can go above 100. So 60 plus 31 is 91, and then plus 20, 112. However, if you are over 100, like that, you will not gain any additional food. Number 2. Now, like most games, you start off with a health bar. Take a little bit of damage from the introduction, but nothing too great. And you will take a lot more damage during the course of the game as you progress. As you can see, it does slowly over time increase. But one handy thing you do get in your starting life pod is a medical kit fabricator, which will fabricate a first aid kit every few minutes. As you can see, the timer started again to start making the next one.
detecting increased local radiation levels. Trend is consistent with damage
Each
to the
first aid kit
drive core sustained during
will add 50% health back and will not exceed 101 for some reason. Number 3. Some of the things you're going to want to build pretty quickly are a standard O2 tank, which will add an extra 30 to your oxygen, which doesn't sound like much, but it is nearly doubling it, and you'll definitely feel it. The fins, which will increase your swimming speed by 15%, again another little quality of life one. You won't really notice it while you have it, but you will miss it when you don't. The other things in the equipment category are not really that useful at the beginning, in my opinion. Tools, however, everything has a use early on. We're going to need a scanner so we can scan fragments. If you want to get some of the information and lore, you can get it from that as well. A repair tool, which you can see from the state of the life pod, we'll need to fix it, and it'll help us break into some of the wrecks as well. A flashlight is incredibly useful when it's dark or you're in the wrecks. It can help you see things that you wouldn't normally see. A survival knife is essential for collecting certain items that you cannot collect any other way. An air bladder It's incredibly useful up until the point you get a Seaglide, as it will propel you to the surface quicker than you can swim. Flares, just a cheaper, easier version of the flashlight, and the habitat builder you'll need if you plan to build anything in the game. Number 4. Your life pod comes with storage. Your personal inventory can hold 8x6 or 48 single slot items. Items do come in varying sizes and don't always take up just one slot. It's also worth noting that your hotbar doesn't take items out of the inventory, although your equipment slots do. The storage in your life pod comes with 4x8 or 32 spaces. You'll start with 2 flares, 2 filtered waters for plus 20 water each, and 2 nutrient blocks, which give a massive 75 food, which can help you out as you're starting your journey. Number 5. This is brain coral. Should you find yourself out exploring a bit too deep, forgot you run out of air, can't make it to the surface, if you can spot one of these, get above him. He does periodically release 3 air bubbles that each give 10 oxygen. You can, under certain circumstances, mean the difference between drowning and living. Number 6. Repairing your damaged radio can be very helpful. It will help you with story progression, and it will also give you the locations of life pods that can have quite useful fragments in and around them. And when you get a new message, a little radio icon will appear on the right hand side of the screen. Number 7. Wrecks and fragments. This is the main reason you're going to want the scanner. This is a little wreck. When you find them, you want to check around the outside. These boxes can, like this one, hold fragments inside. When you collect them up in the corner, you can see we have 50% or 1 out of 2 fragments for the Seaglide. You can pick up things you can build in the fabricator to make your life easier, like so. Or, lying around, you can pick up furniture items you can build with the habitat constructor. Now, every wreck I've come across so far has got an entry point. Trying to find it sometimes can be difficult. That's why a torch can be useful. Doors like this with a handle and a green light can be opened. And inside you will often find story PDAs and treasures to find. And other obstacles to overcome. This door, for example, requires the repair tool. There are others that will need a laser cutter and some lock ones that cannot be opened. Now, the fragments that spawn are random, although as far as I'm aware the furniture items are not. So if you come to this one, you will get the chair and the desk, but you may not get the Seaglide. Where I say random, it's not entirely random. It is fixed on the biome you're in. For example, the box we found with the Seaglide is in the safe shallows, and therefore will hold either a beacon, crab trap, or the Seaglide. Number 8. The Seaglide, which can be found by fragments scattered throughout safe shallows, is something you should try and get as soon as possible, because it will greatly increase your underwater movement speed. Everything you need to make it can be found in the safe shallows, apart from lubricant, which is just outside. Now, by using the right mouse button, you can toggle between the modes. Here we have just the map, topographical map showing the area, which is good for finding caves, the light, and the topographical map. Nothing. And just the light. You can cycle through those by using the right mouse button. Number 9. Now, despite the name, The Safe Shallows, it's not all that safe. There are a couple of nasty fish in the safe shallows that you want to be careful of. The first of which you're most likely to come across is the crash fish, which will literally kamikaze at you and then explode. Lovely fellows. They hide in caves and launch from sulfur flowers, like that. They're not very maneuverable and quite easy to dodge. You cannot outrun them unless you have a Seaglide or a sea moth. Secondly, on the outskirts as you head towards the grassy plateau, is the sand shark. Which, it's not very fast, not very accurate, but definitely worth avoiding. The third you'll find in the kelp forest is the stalker. Again, relatively easy to dodge, but not a very friendly fish. And finally is the gasopod. Not hostile, but he does give off poisonous fumes when he gets scared that hurt, and he drops off these lovely little gas mines, which will cause a lot of damage and can kill you. Number 10. So when you die, you'll respawn back in the life pod or the last base you were in. You will keep all of the inventory you had before you left the base, but you will lose some of the stuff you picked up after you left. You have infinite lives unless you are playing on hardcore. If you found this video helpful, leave a like. If you enjoyed it, then click subscribe and check out the rest of the channel. And if there's anything you'd like to see, then leave a comment. I've been Landis. This has been Subnautica. Thank you very much, and see you soon.